Have you ever met someone who constantly tries to make everyone else happy but rarely talks about their own feelings? Or someone who seems strong on the outside yet falls apart after even a small amount of criticism? As surprising as it may sound, the roots of these behaviors are often hidden in childhood, especially when a child received food, shelter, and education, but not enough attention, validation, or emotional presence. Today, we're exploring the psychology of the ignored child and how emotional neglect in childhood can shape a person's personality, relationships, and mental well being for years to come. Many people think childhood trauma only comes from physical or verbal abuse, but psychology recognizes another form of harm that often goes unnoticed: emotional neglect. It happens when a child's feelings, fears, excitement, or pain are consistently overlooked or dismissed. When a child repeatedly learns that no one is listening and that their emotions don't matter, they slowly begin to believe that their feelings aren't important either. The problem is that these wounds are invisible. You can't see them from the outside, but their effects can run deep. A child's sense of self is shaped by how the people around them respond to them. When parents or caregivers consistently ignore a child, an unconscious belief can begin to form. Maybe I'm not important enough. That belief often follows them into adulthood. They may constantly doubt their abilities, struggle to accept compliments, and feel like they always need to do more to be worthy. From the outside, they may appear successful, but inside, they're often still searching for a sense of value. Ignored children often learn that the only way to receive attention is by meeting the needs of others. As adults, this can turn them into chronic people pleasers. They struggle to say no, they put everyone else's needs ahead of their own, and deep down, they're often driven by a fear. If I stop making people happy, they'll ignore me too, so they sacrifice their own needs in exchange for approval and acceptance. Love and relationships are often challenging for those who grew up feeling ignored. On one hand, they crave deep emotional connection. On the other hand, they're terrified of rejection. As a result, even small signs of distance can trigger anxiety. If someone takes longer to reply or seems less engaged, they may immediately wonder, did I do something wrong? Do they not like me anymore? This constant overthinking can create insecurity and strain even healthy relationships. When a child's emotions are repeatedly dismissed, they learn to hide them. As adults, many of them have difficulty identifying what they're actually feeling. When someone asks, "How are you doing?" their automatic response is often, "I'm fine." But underneath that answer, they may be carrying sadness, loneliness, frustration, or emotional exhaustion. The truth is, they were never taught that their feelings mattered enough to be expressed. Here's the most important thing to understand. A neglected childhood can influence a person, but it does not define their future. The human brain is remarkably adaptable. Through self-awareness, healthy relationships, and learning to acknowledge their own emotions, people can begin to heal old wounds. The child who once felt invisible can grow into an adult who creates a life filled with confidence, emotional security, and self-respect. The first step is recognizing what happened, because the wounds we acknowledge are the wounds that can finally begin to heal. Maybe no one ever yelled at you. Maybe no one physically hurt you. But if your feelings were constantly overlooked, if no one truly listened to you, those silent experiences may have left a deeper mark than you realize. Remember, children need more than food, shelter, and education. They need attention, validation, and emotional safety. Because sometimes the deepest wounds aren't caused by harsh words or obvious abuse. They're created by silent neglect, and the echoes of that silence can stay with a person for years. If you found this video meaningful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for more fascinating insights into psychology and human behavior.